I will never forget the shock I felt on a recent trip to Africa when I saw this baby being nursed out of that strawberry syrup bottle. It had just been removed from the garbage and filled with dirty water. Now, I have a vision for a world where normal people like you and I can be a part of saving lives like his in a way that's easy, quick, and long-lasting. The good news is, in less than an hour after this photo was taken, I had provided his mother with the knowledge and technology required to make enough clean water for both herself and her child, as well as her entire village. Now, I'm not a doctor, and I'm sure not a scientist. I don't have access to any expensive equipment or medicine, but I do have this: luggage, or more specifically, the potential of items that you pack in your luggage to connect vulnerable women and children with the life-saving items that they so crucially need most. Now, this journey all began 3 years ago when my husband and I took our first safari trip to Kenya. And when we learned that the hotel we were staying at was less than 1 mile away from the second largest slum in the world, we knew we would be remiss if we didn't do some good on our travels. But like most people, we didn't know where to start. Who should we be working with? What kind of help do they really need? We did know one thing: whatever we were to bring over, we wanted the impact to be so sustainable that it lasted long after we went back home. So after weeks of searching, we found a device that is a water purification system that can be held in your hand, is powered by the sun, and can create clean water for over 2,000 people per day. That's right, it's amazing. Now, it's lucky that we landed on a water purification system, because when we arrived in Kenya, this is what we saw. Their water source was being commingled with sewage water. And it didn't get much better when we walked into the orphanage. Looking at these photos, it's clear why these children were getting so sick. Their water was slowly killing them. And that's why we were so excited to show them what we had brought for them in our suitcase. You see, we weren't giving them something that they could eat or drink for a day. No. We were giving them the knowledge to nourish themselves for years to come. Now, I can sit here and tell you how we make hundreds of gallons of water a day in the middle of sub-Saharan Africa, no less. But wouldn't you really be impressed if we did it right here on this stage? Well, let's do it. You see, we have everything we need. I have my luggage. I have the water that desperately needs purifying. I have the Untapped Shores water purification unit right here. And I have the water substrate. So today you're going to see that in 3 easy steps, you too can create clean water wherever you are in the world. Step 1, pour ocean water through the unit. And for those of us who don't live near the sea, you can just create a brine yourself by mixing salt with a little bit of water like I've done here. Step 2, create chlorine. What's just poured out in the bottom has instantly turned this salt water into chlorine. And for those of you who don't know, chlorine is one of the most widely used water purification agents in the world today, and we just made it instantly. You then take the chlorine, maybe just a couple drops of it, and use it to purify the water source so that you can make sure that you kill any harmful pathogens or bacteria that would probably hurt you. I'm going to shake this up, and I am going to bottoms up. Don't worry, no TED speakers were harmed in the filming of this event. So that's the amazing potential of technology. However, the amplification of the experience goes far beyond the water, you see. Bringing water is the what. but the opportunity to connect with locals in a way that you never before thought possible, now that is our why. We were so excited when the children were eager to show us the toys that they made for themselves, because of course, they have none. Like this child right here, he took a coat hanger, unraveled it, and bolted on 2 bottle cap tops. And he spent the day walking around the orphanage like it was his pet puppy. Or this youngster who had always dreamed of just owning a balloon. That's all he ever wanted. And so he got this spare bag out of the garbage, inflated it, and spent the day playing catch with himself. One of our favorite moments was when the children learned that it was my husband's birthday that day. And they told us that they had heard that Americans really like to eat. And so they thought it was fitting that they would bake him a birthday cake using the only resources they had, and that was mud and sand. We had a great time celebrating the birthday, fake eating the sand cake, because of course, they've never known what birthday cake actually tastes like. And here's the thing, they have so little, but they are so happy. And their spirit of gratitude stayed with us long after we returned from our trip. So in a way, they gave us a gift in the same spirit that we gave them one with the water. So the first thing we did when we came home was found a nonprofit called Untapped Shores International. And we exist to take the guesswork out of doing good when you're on the go. You can think of us as sort of like the Uber for crowd shipping. And what this means is that we connect the dots between a traveler's suitcase and items that are crucially needed in your travel destination. For example, there's travelers doing this all over the world, including Arun Gandhi, who is Mahatma Gandhi's grandson. As we speak right here today, he is dropping one of these units off at Nelson Mandela's Children's Hospital. He's using this as an opportunity to promote his grandfather's legacy, while also using this as a lever to connect with the locals in a way that inspires peace and hope. And that, my friends, showcases the power of one. One traveler, one suitcase, one small item in less than 1 hour. That is all it takes to, say, create clean water for hundreds of orphans at one orphanage so that they never have to wonder ever again if the next sip of water they drink will be the one that gets them sick. So when you all go home tonight, I want you to think about a trip that you would like to take. And think about an item that you can pack in your suitcase that might delight someone on the other end of your journey. Just think about the impact that you could have. Imagine how rewarding that experience would be for you. Isn't this something that we all can do? Thank you.